This is Kerry from Happy Body Pilates. Welcome to this short routine that you're going to need a foam roller for and some light weights. This is all about reclaiming your posture. I think we spend so much time doing stuff with our arms in front of us. So those poor shoulders are often rounded, getting our rib cage in the not most ideal place. And then we feel like, oh, we're a little bit hunched over. It's really hard to sit up straight. You might be working at a desk and that happens. You might be spending a lot of time on devices. So let's take a look at how we can open out those shoulders a little bit. And like I said, you need a foam roller, you need some light weights, and you're going to get going. You're going to lie down on your roller. So tailbone at one end, and make sure your head is at the other. So ideally, you need a roller that is at least 90 centimeters. Okay, so grab your weights. And remember, they don't need to be heavy here. I'll be using something like 1.3 kilo weights. Okay, so head is definitely supported. Take your feet as wide as you need to so that you don't feel like you're wobbling all over the place. Okay, so where do your shoulders usually live, right? Are they always lifted off the ground if you're lying flat, or can you let those shoulders relax down? So we're going to just do a little routine here. You're going to breathe in, and we're going to deliberately let your shoulder blades, your scapula, broaden, widen, and lift up. So those weights will go closer to the ceiling. You're going to let them relax down. I don't want you to force or squeeze the roller between your shoulder blades. It's a gentle letting go. So we breathe in and we broaden the space between your back. You might feel your chest and ribs getting heavier on the roller. Your shoulders have come away from the roller, and we're going to just gently let those scapula return to where they were. We're going to do that a couple more times. Breathing in. You're looking at the ceiling when you're not looking at the screen. And one more. Let your scapula, your shoulder blades lift off the roller, shoulders come away from the floor, and then they're going to gently return back to where they ideally belong. Okay, so we're trying to think about your upper arm bone sinking back into your shoulder socket. Okay, so from here, where we've reset your shoulders in a good position and you still feel broad across your back, but not pinching your shoulder blades together, we're going to bend your elbows here, kind of like you're doing a chest press. So your elbows may or may not touch the ground. But if they do touch the ground, can you make sure that your ribs aren't sticking up to the ceiling? So heavy rib cage on the roller, and then when you press the weights back up, keep your shoulders down. You're going to make sure that you don't end up lifting them up again. So we've set them in the right place and we're going to keep them there. This is not meant to be heavy. This is just to get you working with your shoulders staying in the right place. So here you might feel a big chest stretch with your elbows just touching the floor. But when you're lifting those weights up, don't let your shoulders lift up again. Remember that we've set them in the right place. So your upper arm bone, your humerus, needs to feel heavy, like it's dropping back into your shoulder sockets where they belong. And when you get used to doing that, that will help those rounded or forward shoulders. So open the chest and lift, but be careful not to lift those shoulders up again. That's why we do light weights. And when you feel like you've really got this, the weights can, of course, be heavier. So we're going to stay here now. Can you keep your rib cage down? No rib cage flaring as you reach those weights behind you. And this is why you don't want those weights too heavy. And don't let them touch the floor. Even if they can, push those weights back up. So remember, we've set those shoulders. So keep those shoulders nice and heavy down as you reach those weights back without rib cage flaring, and push the weights back up. So let's just make sure we're definitely the right place. I want you to deliberately lift those shoulders up. Let them relax down. Now we're going to keep them here. The upper arm bone feels heavy. That's why I like holding weights, because it helps to feel that weight of the upper arm bone in the shoulder socket. And this is where we take the arms back, push those weights back up. Lovely. And again, let's just do 2 more. Keeping those shoulders in the right place while we do this without letting your rib cage getting dragged along with your arms. Your rib cage should feel heavy on the roller. That's your abdominals' job to keep that control. Okay, super nice. And we're going to just lower the arms down. We're going to do one arm at a time. So right arm up, left arm just down, relax down by your side. Palm faces in. Let that scapula lift off the roller, ease it back to where it was. And again, scapula up, ease it back. One more like this, scapula up, ease it back, and then bend that elbow. Your palm is facing in. Reach that weight up, then lift your scapula and down. Bring that elbow back towards the floor. It may or may not touch. When the arm lifts, don't let your scapula lift, then let it lift. So we're separating those movements. We relax it down. Elbow down. Press the weight up, then lift your scapula up and relax it down. Okay, switch sides. Right arm relaxes down on the floor. So we're reaching that weight to the ceiling. You want to feel like your scapula peels off that roller with ease. It relaxes down, then you bend your elbow, like I said, may or may not touch the floor. Press that weight back up, then lift your scapula. Let it relax down, then bend your elbow. It just touches the floor. And again, scapula up. It relaxes down, bend your elbow and up. And final one, scapula up, let it relax down, elbow down and up. Okay, cool. So I want you to come off that roller and just move it out of the way. And you're going to lie in your front now. And this is where you may choose to use weights or not. But why don't you try it first without weights? So we're going to start here with your arms in like an L shape. Or maybe it's a capital E with your palms facing inwards. Just check on either side of you. Your elbows are a little bit lower than your shoulders. And then you're going to rest your head, your forehead on the ground. Legs are nice and long. And you're going to lift the shape of your arms up and down. So this is really going to help to strengthen the back line of your body and work your shoulders and the space between your shoulder blades to really help strengthen your back and help out those rounded shoulders. Lift the shape of your arms up. So I don't want to see elbows higher than your forearms. You've got to keep your elbows the same level as your forearms. If you're finding this easy and you think you're doing it well, then by all means, grab those weights. If it's really tough, it's not worth holding the weights yet. Wait until this is feeling easier for you. And we're going to lift and hold. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Lower. Lift and hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower. And one more time. Lift and hold for 3, 2, 1. And lower. Now you're going to put your palms down and go into more of a W shape with your arms. Press your elbows into the floor and just hold. Just press and hold. You should feel your shoulder blades moving sort of into your back and armpits feel like they're pressing forwards. And then release that. Again, press your elbows into the floor. Hold it. And release. Again, press your elbows into the floor. Hold it. Here is where we add on. Can you lift the shape of your arms up? Don't lift your head. Elbows should be a little bit lower than your forearms. And lower. Press your elbows. Then lift the shape of your arms. You're going to breathe in to lift the shape of your arms up. And lower. We're adding on. Elbows press into the floor. Lift the shape of your arms up. Hover your head and chest up. And you're going to stretch your arms forwards. Pull yourself back into that W shape. You may hold weights if you're feeling like this is not too challenging. If it is, I wouldn't hold the weights yet. Chest is lifted and you're going to keep breathing. Inhale, you should feel your back working. Make sure your lower back is lengthening, so your weight needs to be on your pubic bone. If you're feeling your lower back, I would put a hand towel, a folded hand towel under your hips to help you keep that lower back open. And again, brilliant exercise to help reset your posture. Elbows a little bit lower. Turn those elbows down towards the floor. Last one. Oh my goodness. And rest. Sit back on your heels. That should have felt like a really great shoulder and back mini workout. And just to help open the chest and the shoulders again. Should really feel like your back has worked, should feel great. I hope you enjoyed that. Join me again for another session soon.